Hey guys, this is going to be my DIY impressions video, and obviously for the Cosmic Ears kit. So basically, Cosmic Ears are a new custom in-ear monitor company. They have a great range of customs, like starting from extremely cheap prices such as £60 and going up to £200 there, or roughly, for their flagship, and a bit more if you want the complete customizable option package. But yeah, so it's all still generally cheap. I will be receiving their HY3, which is their hybrid dual BAN one dynamic driver custom in-ear monitor. So I'll show you that later, but first, obviously because it's a custom, we're going to need some ear impressions. Now the first option that Cosmic Ears give you is you can go to your local audiologist. You pay them, they'll fit you with a pair of impressions. They'll do the process for you, you'll pay them a certain amount. The two problems with that is sometimes they're not actually that good, and I don't want to offend anyone out there if you're watching, you're an audiologist. I'm not saying you're bad, but from what I've seen on headphone stuff, you can have some bad impressions done. Secondly, it can be rather expensive. I know I've been quoted at over £50 here in the UK. Obviously some are a bit cheaper. And lastly, the biggest problem I found is I wanted to get my impressions done as soon as I knew I was getting a custom. And the earliest booking I could get in the cheapest place was over a week. And this kit only took I think 5 days to come. So this gets to you almost as soon as you place the order, and by the time you actually get around to like booking a audiologist session, it's going to be so much in the future that part of the process is going to take longer than you want it to. And then the other massive plus is the price of this, which is only £15, and that's great, of course, because it's a lot cheaper than any way you're going to get someone to do it for you. So in the post thing, you get this box, which is just a box with the address of Theo over at Cosmic Ears. So you can pop this in the post, don't have to write the address or anything, and it's just a nice little touch. It seals all up nicely. Secondly, let's see what you get inside. I have had impressions done by an audiologist, and this is what they use. They use a syringe to syringe the mix of the two, like the putty, into your ear, which then sets into the impression. So I wasn't sure if I was going to be getting one, and I knew it was going to be hard without a syringe, so I'm glad to see one was included. Obviously they're not leaving anything out and making anything harder for you. We then have the putty that actually makes the impressions. This is 1 ear's worth, and basically you'll see what we do later. I won't mess around with that too much now. And you get three packs of that, so one for each ear, and then a spare, obviously just in case you mess up, which of course is handy, but I don't plan on using the spare because I don't want to mess up at all. Lastly, you get these, which are the different sized foam to go into your ear canal beforehand. So yeah, that's all part of the process. Lastly, which is an extremely handy extra, lastly is the instructions, because I'll be completely honest with you, I think I'd be pretty screwed without the instructions. So it just gives you a nice overview, and then we have the steps. Obviously read all the instructions as a step, which is really handy, but no, it takes you all the way through the process. Doesn't miss any steps out or anything. We've got 4 pages of sheets there. It just tells you what you want to do, and obviously how to do it. Then it shows you what you want us to be seeing in your impressions and not what you don't. So yeah, that's everything in the instructions. Obviously I've read this through, and so is my dad, who's going to be carrying out he's going to be the audiologist for the day today. And lastly, you get this to send back, just so they know your order number, and just to prove they're your impressions and you want them and all that stuff. So that's it. I'm sure if you do encounter any problems along the way, Phil over at Cosmic Ears will be more than happy to help you. He's a extremely responsive customer service with myself and anyone else. If you ask on like Head-Fi, for example, I've not heard one bad word about him. He's got back quickly and promptly to everyone, so that's just great and what you want to see in a CIM company, because obviously it's such a personal experience. You don't want them messing you around. I've heard bad things happen with custom and monitor companies in the past, and you just want to know that you're having a safe, secure process which you're getting constantly involved in. And loads of features that Cosmic Ears do through their website, through email and stuff, update the procedures. It's really nice, and just every little thing about it. So that's just another cool thing about Cosmic Ears. But more about the actual company a bit later. I think this video is all about doing this impression kit, seeing how it works. So let's crack on with that. The first thing we have to do is get these little pieces of foam to the second bend in our ear canal. Getting this nice and deep to the second bend is one of the most important and vital parts, as Phil's told me before, and so do the instructions say as well. So we're going to push this down with an ear tip, Q-tip, and this is one of the parts that's more recommended to do yourself, even if you are having assistance, because you can feel how far you want to get it. So I guess I'm doing that myself. It should be nice and fun. Okay, obviously for the next part we're going to be mixing the green and the yellow moulds, and time is of the essence here because they will set fairly quickly. So if we have our plunger open and ready to be putting this in, and they recommend roughly 15 to 20 seconds of moulding it in between your hands, putting it in and then plunging it in your ear, because obviously we don't want it setting in here or setting anywhere else but your ear. So now it's time to do that.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's your 15 seconds. We then press and smooth this off to make sure there's no air pockets, and it fills the ear correctly into the helix. On removing it, gently prise your fingers under the ear, edge of the foam or the silicone or the mix, and gently twist them
Doesn't sound right.
so it wants to come out. And there's the mould. I think we went quite a way round the bend.
We did. Now, there's my first impression. As you can see, we've gone a bit extreme on how far in it's gone. It's like sort of gone to like the 6th bend in my ear. Obviously we could do both at the same time, or while this one's setting you could do the other side, but we decided we didn't want to rush things, so we just doing them one at a time now, so we'll move on to the other now. But we have a good impression front view there, and yeah, ours looks good enough. Obviously the phone stop did fall off, but I don't think that's too much of a worry because of how far in it went. But no, it did protect my ear from stopping it going too far to a certain extent, I guess. So yeah, that's my first impression. So now it's just exactly the same process on the other step. So I'm sure you can guess what that will look like because you've just seen it happen once. So I'll just rush you on to the finished product. Okay, so my impressions are finished, my self-impressions. Still got one kit remaining in case one of these doesn't pass field standards, which I hope not. Both of them have gone extremely far into my ear. You can see the second bend there, and these go a lot further, so they've definitely gone in too far, further than recommended, but I guess Phil will be able to cut them down to however big he wants the CIMs to be or whatever. I'm sure that shouldn't be a problem. Well, I'm not sure. I hope that wouldn't be a problem. I would say these look as good as the ones I got from the Audioligist the other day. Phil found impressions, a few niggles with them, but nothing serious. He said that'd have worked for the process. But obviously I'm no pro, so I can't say if these will work or not. So of course I'm going to have to get them a picture over to Phil and see what he has to say. But no, if these are okay, then the experience was easy. Nothing too hard. Obviously, the assistance is, of course, helpful just for the little bits and just to make sure you don't have any problems. But yeah, no, I wouldn't say it's a hard process. And if these are good enough, then this is definitely, in my opinion, the best way to go about getting some impressions done. The next stage, if these are okay, is just to fill this form in, pack these up. You know, recommend stuff in the pack, or I'm going to see if I've got a nice little plastic box to put them in. Just don't want these getting disformed along the way, otherwise you'll come back with some sort of customs that aren't made for your ears, which no one wants, of course. We return all the stuff we have. I'll return that pack if I don't have to use it and redo anything. Return the syringe, etc. But no, overall I think it took us about 10 minutes for each ear in total, with maybe give a bit more just for the setting, but no, nothing too hard. So I don't think this is too bad a way to go, and if any of you are worried, I recommend doing this, I guess. Yeah, hopefully I put some guys' minds at rest. There's already been another few people using these on Headfire. Not one guy said he's a bit of a clumsy guy, and he uses them for every custom he gets now, and that's Project 86, who's got loads of customs, as you may know, and yeah, he has no problems using these, and that can only be a good thing. And another member also posted some pictures up the other day of his impressions he done himself. So yeah, let's get to Phil, and our next update hopefully will be the earphones themselves.